leadership ability and management style. So how will you work to ensure that local Democratic parties are combating infighting and focusing on uniting the members as we move into the 2020 cycle?
You know, that is an excellent question. I think we saw a lot of infighting after the 2016 election cycle, and that was because we had so much new energy. There were so many new people who became interested in being involved in the Democratic Party after that election. But we also had people like we had at our county party who had been working in the trenches for 20 years or so and keeping the doors open in a very tough environment. So we did face that problem where we had all these new people from Indivisible who came in, and they got elected to half our executive committee slots and half were the people who've been around. And so I realized that if we couldn't bring that together, we were not going to be successful. And so the first thing I did is bring in, this might sound kind of goofy, but we had a member who is a corporate psychologist, and he spends his career working with big corporations to help them mitigate their management problems. And so we had a half-day retreat. We didn't do it at our regular meeting time. I didn't want to take up everybody's time, but we had a half-day retreat. We brought food in. He did ice-breaking things, which I normally think are really goofy, but he managed to do it in such a way that young women who were part of Indivisible could talk to an older man, for instance, who'd been around forever. And it didn't fix everything, but it was a start. And it was very gratifying to hear some of the folks who'd been around for a while say, this is the first time that we've been involved in the party that anybody has done something like this, to hear what we've got to say, and we love the new energy. And it's not like we've had our flaws, but I have had some experience with that. And you know, whoever gets elected on Saturday is probably going to have some of the same challenges, because we all have ardent supporters, and I think we're going to have to do something similar.
Mr. Hale, I'm sorry.
I just married Holly.
So you have to escape later, so you don't have to answer the question.
I kill people for lunch.
So nothing.
I hope everyone saw what Holly's husband said to me. Give me 2 minutes. Look, uniformity and unity are very different. This party, I've gone 3,600 miles across this state. Shelby County looks very different than Grundy County, and we have to acknowledge that. We don't need uniformity, we need unity. I'm not a fan of corporate psychologists per se, but I am a fan of relationships. I think we talk a lot about structure in this party. I hear it time and again, we need better structures and streamed lines of communication. Remember this, folks. Where there is no relationship, the best structure that God ever made couldn't fix anything. Where there's strong relationships, bad structures can be transformed. We need a chair that is on the ground, in the boots, with you and your families. 95 counties in this state, I will be in every one of them. I will meet not just with the leadership of the party, it matters. Now it's the EC, you all matter, I need your vote. But with rank and file Dems who have felt left behind and excluded from this party. I want to be a chair that knows people in each and every community, and not just use a Spanish phrase, I mean many Spanish speakers at UT, not just conocer, know about people, but saber, to know people. I really believe that every issue we have about relationship and distrust and disunity can be fixed with relationships, with strong relationships. I'm willing to go talk to anyone and everyone to make our party bigger. We have to pitch our tent wider. Currently, we are too small to win elections. So I want you to know that I'm not just gonna know Jeff Yarbrough and John A. Clemens, I like them. I'm gonna go the mayor of Grundy County, the rank and file members, Democrats across this state, because I don't want to be just a chair for the elite, a chair for the ECs, but first and foremost, a chair for Jane and Joe Democrat, everyday Democrats, because they've been left behind, and they are our way to their promised land and how we can start winning elections again.
I've dealt a lot with this over the last 4 years, but let me just say before I go deep into sort of what we're doing moving forward to sort of address some of this, is that we have 93 counties. For the most part, the chairs of those 95 counties and the executive committees of those 95 counties, for the good majority of them, infighting, personality clashes, and egos. So, how do you address that? Well, it depends on the situation. There's a few things in our toolbox, but we've worked for 4 years to create a culture of openness and working together, of outreach, like I mentioned before, of bringing new people in by going out into the community, using the voter contact management system to do phone banking, to reach out to Democrats who vote as Democrats, but you haven't, you've never seen them at a meeting, invite them to social events, invite them to do marches and things like that. So we've done that, but there's a thing we have to do moving forward to make sure that everybody in all 93 counties that are now organized to do is to set the expectations before we do reorganization in a couple of months. And that expectation is going to lead off with one specific goal, which is to elect more Democrats in Tennessee. Then we're going to have a job description that says, here's what the job of the county party is, and here's what our suggestions are for you to actually move forward to help elect Democrats. Then we're going to have more one-on-one conversations with county parties and county party chairs than we've ever had before. We've been doing a lot of that already. We have to continue doing that. And we do recognize, I recognize that there's a communication breakdown between the state party and what we're providing and the county parties, and that's what we're going to address moving forward so that all 93 are firing on all cylinders.